So I went to Home Bargain the other day and I was thinking like, what movie should I review next? And then the gods of discount have spoken to me. So I got...
Oh my god, Mike Yanek, do a review of my movie. You paid only £1.50 for me. My movie was great. Do a movie review. This is a sign from the retail gods.
Thanks to DC Comics and Home Bargains, this week's review is Shazam. Movie review. I was supposed to have a big logo of the lightning made out of yellow paper, but I didn't have paper clips to clip it on. Sorry. By the way, every time I say the word Shazam, I'm not going to be transforming again, because what do you think? This is Hollywood or something? I mean, come on, I don't have the budget for it. Quick summary without way too many spoilers. Movie is based on a comic book. The actual name of the character is Captain Marvel, and the word Shazam is the word he uses to transform from a human to the superhero. The first appearance of Shazam was in December of 1939. That's how old this character is, and it took so many years until this character finally got a movie. The story is about a boy called Billy Batson who gets left at a fair by his mom, so he becomes an orphan, and he lives in an orphanage. Later on he gets adopted by this family, and eventually he opens a portal. He meets a wizard who is very, very old, and the name of that wizard is Shazam, who is looking for somebody who is worthy of his powers. And Billy is the one who is worthy and gets all his powers. And eventually he finds out that he can transfer from a human boy, teenager, to the superhero by saying the word Shazam. He goes on all type of adventures, discovering his new superpowers, defeating bad guys in the meantime. The villain of the movie is called Dr. Sivana, which, is a character from the comic book. Also, the Doctor unleashes the 7 deadly sins, which are represented in the form of these huge, ugly, scary, monstrous, murderous creatures. Here are the things that I really enjoyed about this movie. DC Comics, yes, you finally did it. You made a funny action comic book movie, yeah. Because I know, I get it. Your comic books and your movies, they're deep and you can think, and there's, you can be a philosopher and you can analyze them, and they're very stoic and they're very dark and grim. No, literally, some of the movies are really, really dark. I mean, come on, turn the lights on. But no, they actually finally did it. A funny movie that you can just enjoy and relax and have fun because it's silly. Okay, well done. We need more movies like this, DC, okay? The CGI in the movie was very well done. Even though it's a comic book movie, that means you need tons of CGI. It didn't felt like it was too much. I think it was just the right amount, and it was very well done. And the 7 deadly sins looked pretty badass, to be honest with you. And very smooth, when the way they moved and they attacked people and the interaction with actual humans, it looked pretty nice. I really, really like that. The other thing about the movie is they really took their time to tell a origin story, because this is the first time we see a character like this on the big screen, and a lot of people probably don't know about that character, including me. I've never heard about him before that. So they really took their time, because the whole movie from frame to frame, from beginning to end, is 2 hours and 11 minutes, which is, oh my god, that is a lot. Because nowadays we're used to hour and a half, boom, bam, thank you man. But they took their time, and it takes a while. It takes about 36 or 37 minutes before we even see, Shazam as a superhero appear on the screen, which is a long time for a comic book movie. Usually you get the characters in the first few minutes. They explain the origin story of the villain, of Shazam, of the wizard, of the 7 deadly sins. Everything is done at a nice pace. There's a part in the movie where Billy gets the powers from the wizard, and he discovers and tests his own powers because he doesn't know what he's capable of. And that was really funny. It was like a funny montage. It was very nice. It felt very easy and enjoyable to watch. They used the costume from the original source material, from the comic book, from the 40s, 50s, 60s or whatever, which I really enjoy, because I really, really like when a character looks in a certain way in the comic book and they take it and they put it on the big screen exactly the same way. okay? Even if it looks a little bit silly. The only exception I'm going to do is Aquaman, because, I mean, let's be honest, Aquaman from the 60s looked ridiculous. But with this movie, they actually took his costume for 2019. It looks a little bit ridiculous, but I really liked it. You have to be a certain type of badass to be able to pull off gold boots and a huge white cape with a hood on. I really enjoy that, because sometimes they don't really do that, do they? Take the original source material costume and put it on the big screen. And yes, I'm looking at you, Wolverine. You're not gonna put that nice costume from the comic books, not even once in the movie? Come on, at least for a few minutes, give us something over here. One of the best things about the movie, for me, when Billy is Shazam, he is so funny. Like the actor who played him, well done. Like so funny. He's just goofy. He's ridiculous. He has that childlike clumsiness to him as well. I know that's gonna sound weird, but it kind of reminded me of Jimmy Fallon was a superhero. He even actually looked like him. Oh my god, I'm a superhero. Oh my god, oh my god. The movie and the Shazam universe is all based in Philadelphia, in America, and that's kind of interesting, new and refreshing. How many superheroes do you know that are based in Philadelphia? We are not counting Rocky. Okay, we're not counting Rocky, Philly. I really like the villain. He looked so menacing and so badass. I like the clothing, the way he looked. He had a scar here. His eye was shooting stuff at people. Pew 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 pew. There was a lot of Batman and Superman little references and Easter eggs in the movie, which was very nice. Even the surname of the main character, Billy Bat Son. I mean, come on. I really enjoyed the 7 Deadly Sins and the way that they were presented in the form of monsters who are very scary and overtaking. I've never seen such a concept before, you know, the 7 human deadly sins to be supervillains. That was quite interesting. Towards the end of the movie, Santa Claus drops about 5 or 6 F-bombs on television because he's doing an interview. Who doesn't like Santa, who curses like crazy? Here are the things I did not like about this movie. You need to really follow the plot of the movie, and I have issue with that because I'm dumb and I have short attention span. Is it span or spam? Attention span or attention spam? I don't know. And it was quite difficult for me because the first half an hour, if you do not pay attention what's happening, you will kind of not know where is this movie going and why are these things happening and this and that. Like the first 15 minutes were very confusing for me, and I've seen this movie twice now and I still don't know exactly what's happening. Okay? It took me a while to figure out the wizard and the name of the superhero is not Shazam and this is what he uses, and actually everybody can be Shazam. And I'm a bit confused. And also the whole transition of how Billy went to the magician and how the doctor went to the magician to that portal and how he opened the portal. I still kind of don't understand how that happened. And that's why when I did the summary, I couldn't really explain to you as well because I still don't know. If you're smart and if you can pay attention, you will really enjoy the story. But hey, if you're dumb like me, you'll be like, yay, superheroes, look, he can pew 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 pew. I didn't really like the adoption family. I'm sorry, I'll probably get criticism about this, but I didn't like them, okay? The adoption family, they didn't felt like a real family. The characters were kind of all, like, I don't know, there was like the big guy who didn't even spoke anything throughout the movie. I don't even know what his name is. There was like the older sister, I don't know her name is. She had like 4 lines in the movie. Like the mother as well. What's the name of the mother? I don't even know the name of the mother. She didn't say much. The father, he had like a few lines, like no personality. What are you? Are you like a good guy? Do you care about them? Are you strict? Are you not strict? Why do you have so many kids? You have 6 kids. Like, are you trying to do like Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt thing? You're just walking around and you're adopting everybody. What is happening? Also, I didn't like the house was kind of weird. The house was kind of big. Like, it looked like they had a lot of money, but when you walked inside, it looked like a hostel run by hippies. I mean, come on, what is happening here? And the last thing, number 3, uno, dos, tres, that I didn't like is the real villain. Do you want to know who is the biggest villain in comic book history? Well, you think it's, oh, it's Doomsday. Ooh, oh, it's Lex Luthor. ooh, oh, you think it's Thanos because he wanted to kill half of the population of the earth or whatever. No, the biggest villain in comic book history is Billy's mom. Oh, I don't like you, boo boo boo. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but yeah, watch the movie and towards the end you'll be like, oh my god, Mike Yanek, you are right, she is horrendous, she is a horrible person, boo 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 boo. But overall the movie is really fun and enjoyable, and you can just have a bit of a laugh, and you can see something completely different because this is not your, you know, like your Batmans or your Supermans or Avengers. If you want to see something a bit more niche, something a bit more different, it's a great movie, a great time. I think everybody should watch Shazam. This is how I'm gonna call him from now on. Shazam. Rating, if I have to rate it, 4 out of 5 little lightning Shazam logos. 4 out of 5. Go and watch it. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.
Oh my god, I can fly. Shoo.